What did she do to this mic? God.
Hello and welcome to the New London Tiger 30-minute podcast. Today, our first topic will be who do you think will win the Super Bowl, Gage?
I think the Rams will win the Super Bowl because they have a new quarterback and they have a decent defense that can stop most offensive threats.
Well, I'd say they're better than a decent defense. They got Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, who are probably the best players at their position by far. So
I think the Cardinals are looking really good so far with Kyler Murray on leading their team. Their defense is showing up too. They're looking really good. They might be contenders this year.
I can see that. Chandler Jones had a pretty good year so far.
He has.
I
He
can
already
see
has how many sacks? He has quite a few sacks already.
5. He had 5 in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that might be bad about the Cardinals is like Kyler Murray's like inconsistency about throwing the ball. Like he's averaging like 3 interceptions a game already, and we're 3 games in
Yeah.
the season.
He also doesn't have a whole lot of offensive threats with him. He's got Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins.
AJ Green.
Oh yeah.
He's been hurt and a little quiet lately, but
Mhm.
still, he's a big guy, red zone
Right.
target.
Yeah.
Right, that'll work good for late game for games when they get late. They got two of the best, the tallest and
Is Larry Fitzgerald still playing? Or is he retired?
I couldn't tell you right now.
I'm
don't know.
pretty sure he retired
I think so.
last year.
Oh.
He's really good. He never really had any drops, did he?
No, he's got more tackles than he does drops in his career.
That's what I heard. How many drops did he have? Does he only have like 20 drops?
I think 9.
Really?
I don't know. Somewhere pretty low, 20 or
Yeah.
less. 20 or
Well,
less.
who was his quarterback?
The only decent quarterbacks he's had was Kurt Warner and
Right.
Carson Palmer for a year. That was
Oh,
it.
yeah. He never. How long was he with Kyler Murray? A year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A year, probably.
Yeah. How the Packers looking, Bane?
They're looking mighty fine.
Oh yeah.
Rodgers is back to his normal self. Just the defense.
Aaron
scares me.
Jones did really good that last game. He had how many? He had.
4, I think, right?
They had
4 or
like 3
5.
receiving and 1 rushing.
Yeah. He did really good. He.
Bet fantasy owners at him were pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty happy.
I had him this
Yeah.
year. This
And
week.
especially since he scored the receiving ones because those give extra points.
They do because
Yeah.
the catches. Christian McCaffrey though, on the other hand,
Oh
he
my
got hurt. When
gosh.
did what?
It was like the first quarter.
The second
Really?
quarter he went
Yeah, he
out.
had 31 yards. He got 6 points for us,
Mhm.
and that really stinks because in 2 of my leagues, I'm going against some really good teams, and I needed those points.
Yeah.
That's
Fantasy football is fun, but it's pretty hard. To
it.
figure
Yeah,
out.
it gets
Yeah.
frustrating pretty quick. I think that the Lions were. I don't think they're gonna do. I bet they're gonna go 4-12 this year.
4-13, right? Since week
Yeah.
17.
Yes.
They have
Yeah.
They have 17 games this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
it took
year?
away a preseason and added a regular season
Really?
game.
Yeah. Which honestly was probably a smarter move because no one really watches preseason.
That
That's
is
facts.
true. They get more money. That just brings them more money.
Yeah.
And but the Lions do got a real good run game. They got DeAndre
Yeah.
Swift,
Yep.
and they just signed Jamal
Yeah,
from the Packers.
I don't know his last name. The Colts have a pretty good run offense too, because they got Jonathan Taylor, and that O line is really good.
Mhm.
Quentin Nelson is an animal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's better than David Bakhtiari.
It's hard to compare guards to tackles.
Oh yeah. Oh, excuse me. I bet we were. Bet the Rams. They don't have a good run offense, do they? They don't have.
Well, they had Cam Akers.
Mhm.
He's out for the season, but they traded for Sony Michelle.
All right.
But they're gonna be relying on the pass because of
Yeah.
Stafford and Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp and Robert Woods
Probably.
and all them.
Yeah. Most likely.
Mhm.
And they got a big tight end too, Tyler Higbee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he can be a good target to throw to.
Yeah. I think that the Vikings aren't looking too good so far.
No.
Last year they were playoff contenders. Now they're not doing. Dalvin Cook's not doing the best.
No, they honestly I think they might need a new quarterback because
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins is
He's
not
not
the
working.
answer.
They need to trade.
No.
I don't know who they need to trade for, but they need to trade bad.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking earlier about the Broncos. They're 2-0.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, well, who they played? The Jaguars and the
Jets.
yeah.
So I mean any team could go 2-0 against them.
Right. But still, they went 2-0, and Packers are
A 1-1.
Yeah, they went
Oh.
against the Lions and
Yeah.
Who
How'd that
else?
Saints game? What happened that Saints? Like, what do you think happened with Rodgers? Do
I
you
don't
think
know.
he just like?
I just want
he's-
to put that in the past. It's old news.
Do you think he just like? I don't know. What do you think happened? Like nothing that was really going that way that game.
I think a lot of it was momentum too. The
Right.
Saints were firing
Yeah.
on all cylinders
Mhm.
on offense. Winston
Right.
had 5 touchdowns,
Right.
and our defense is horrible.
Yeah, that's one thing that the Packers will have to fix this year if they want to get to the even to the playoffs.
I don't know. The playoffs, we could probably make. Our division's
Mhm.
pretty weak.
Right.
Yeah.
We got
But
the Bears,
Right.
the Lions, and the Vikings. There's not a
right,
lot
Bears
of
are
competition.
Bears are starting Justin Fields this week,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a Justin Fields guy.
and how do you think he'll do this week?
Pretty sucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Sucky, really.
But I think David Montgomery. will
Why do
probably
you
have a big
think
game.
that? Why do you think that?
Have you seen Justin Fields play? He's not very good.
Yeah, but we haven't seen him in an NFL game. We haven't seen him in an NFL game at all. We've only seen Andy Dalton.
Well, they would trade every drive, pretty much.
Right.
The past 2 weeks, Fields and Dalton. Now Dalton's out. so-
Yeah. I think Fields will do pretty good this week. I think he'll just be an average quarterback, I think.
I'm pretty sure that they'll just mainly do runs this week,
Yeah.
and then maybe next week focus some more on passing
Yeah.
because it's like his first start. But
Got to get him used to the.
And they do have Allen Robinson.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have a good target to go to.
But that's really only it. They don't really have anybody
Yeah.
else.
Well, Mooney's not too bad. He's a real good speed guy. But
Mm.
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah. I think that the who's the last team in that division?
Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears.
Yeah, there's 4.
The Chiefs. How do you think the Chiefs will do this year? Because they're looking pretty good, but I don't think they're looking Super Bowl contenders right now.
They'll probably be like 12-5, honestly.
Yeah.
I got the Browns taking AFC.
The Browns are looking
Yeah.
really good so far. Who'd they
But-
play this week?
I don't know, but it's gonna hurt because Mayfield's out. I don't know
Really?
for how long.
What'd he
but,
do? Did he?
I think it's a rib injury.
Ooh. Who's their? Do we know who their backup is?
I couldn't tell you right now.
Right.
But Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, probably the best running back duo
Right,
in the
they got the-
league.
Yeah.
They have the best running back lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense real good too. With
There,
Myles Garrett.
Miles
Mhm.
Garrett and
Davion Clowney.
yeah.
Mhm.
The Titans, they're looking okay this year. They're not looking super good so far.
Well, Derrick Henry was real quiet week 1.
Right.
He made up for it this week.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't been going to like the pass so far, a lot because they got Julio Jones and AJ Brown,
hmm
both of them. I feel like they do really good in the pass because it'd be tough guarding both of those guys because they're both real big physical guys.
Yeah, but I think Tennessee should stick with what they know. Just power
Right.
run the ball, and then you'll get your play
The-
actions off that
Yeah.
deep to
Yeah.
Julio and AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Right. Even just shorter routes would work too. The Chargers. I haven't really heard anything about the Chargers this year.
Yeah, it's because they haven't really done anything like outstanding. It's just
right.
been normal.
Mhm.
I think that could be real good. Justin Fields. I think
That
he's
Herbert.
Top. That's what I meant,
Herbert.
yeah, Herbert.
He's doing pretty good.
I think he can be a top 10 quarterback this season.
I think he
could.
could.
Yeah, he could.
If he got another offensive threat with him, they'd be pretty good. Their offense would be good, but they just need to work on defense.
Yeah, they got Keenan Allen.
Okay, now that's really it. Well, they got
Yeah.
Austin Eckler. He's pretty good.
Yeah, but he's always hurt. And they also
Right.
got
Yeah.
Mike Williams. He's a real big guy at Clemson.
Right.
He's a good target. But
Mhm. But their defense just isn't there. They got
Joey Bosa
Josie Bosa.
and
Josie.
Josie Bosa.
Derwin James.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
back from injury.
Yeah.
He's a big.
Wait, he was
factor.
injured?
Yeah, he was
With
out
what?
all last year.
Really?
Oh.
Didn't he? What did he do?
I don't know,
No.
but he was out all year last year.
Really?
hmm
I never knew that. I think that the Chargers. Who's all in their division? The Chargers division.
I couldn't tell
Chiefs,
ya.
Raiders, and Broncos.
Oh, I bet they're gonna get second to last. Raiders are gonna get last.
The Raiders are looking good. I don't know about
Really?
that.
I haven't seen
They're
any of the
looking real
Raiders.
good.
But Derek Carr is always inconsistent.
Right.
Yeah.
But they got Josh Jacobs. He's inconsistent too. Some days.
I mean, he's
been
hurt.
hurt too. He was out
Right.
last
He's been
week.
hurt like
Mhm.
all year and last year.
Right.
He's like off and on.
The Broncos. They got what? Teddy Bridgewater. Cause Jerry Judy got hurt.
hmm
You know what? What did he do?
I don't know, but they put him on IR, so it's at least 6 weeks he's out.
Really.
Yeah.
They also got Cortland Sutton. He's pretty good.
He is
Yeah,
pretty good, but
he's
he's
pretty
he's
good.
young though. I think because we got Noah Fant too. I think with those two, and Philip Lindsay got traded, didn't he?
He's with the Texans last year. I don't know where he is
Right.
now.
So
But you guys got Melvin Gordon, and you drafted Javonte Williams out of
Yeah.
North Carolina. He's supposed to be real good.
really,
Mhm.
I think the Panthers they don't got anything else. I think if they get like a good run, they go against a good run defense team, they won't do very well, just because they don't really have anybody else besides CMC.
Darnold looked real good last night.
Yeah, Darnold. Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like
Well, that's because
He
CMC
he
also
rushed
got
he rushed
out.
for like 2 touchdowns and 304 yards in the air.
Really?
So yeah, he had a really good game.
yeah.
I didn't know that. We were I was talking to someone about the Panthers, and that they said that they're gonna get to the playoffs. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it'll be through a wild card if they do, because the Bucks should have that division locked up.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks. I think they'll get to the Super Bowl. I don't think they'll win it.
What do you guys think of the new playoff format? The one team gets a bye, and the one team, and then the rest of it. You got the third wild card.
Oh.
I did not know that.
So it's basically like the play-in tournament from the NBA.
No, it's not even close to the same thing.
I
You have
think-
one extra team,
Yeah.
and one team gets a bye instead of two. That's the only difference. Pretty much.
So it's somewhat close. I think that the Bucks. I think that Tom Brady is gonna get hurt.
Hmm.
I feel like he'll get hurt. He's
I
gonna
mean,
get
he played all last year on a torn MCL.
really.
Yes.
I feel like he's gonna do something to his arm. He's gonna go throw and someone's
He
gonna hit
does
him.
way too much training to get hurt for his arm.
Probably. But then who else do they have? They have Chris Godwin.
Mike Evans,
Yeah.
Antonio
Leonard Fournette.
Brown, Scotty Miller.
How's Mike Evans doing? He's not doing the best, is he?
I don't think so. Antonio Brown
He's actually
had a
doing
good
pretty
game first week.
Yeah, he did. What did he do second week? I didn't hear anything about him.
He didn't do too well. I think it was decent. Under 100 yards.
Right. Who's their running back? I keep forgetting that. It's,
Fournette and Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good duo too, because they're both big physical guys.
Yeah.
It's good to have a nice rotation of backs. So when one gets tired, the other one
Yeah.
goes.
And they can just keep rotating in,
Yeah.
because they're
They
not.
got Gronk, too. Don't forget about Gronk.
Yeah.
Gronk.
Brady and Gronk got the connection.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've always done He's always got me at least 20 points in fantasy. He's always done good.
Yeah.
Whenever he's not hurt,
Yeah, whenever he's-
always puts up points. Always.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of the players are, but they get hurt a lot. A lot of the good players. Yeah, they get hurt a lot, and then their team just sort of fails.
See about Zach Wilson last week?
Oh, how many? 4 interceptions was
Yep.
it?
Yeah.
4.
Man, who'd they go against?
The Broncos.
Really?
Yeah.
I
The
thought
Broncos
Broncos
defense got
Broncos.
a lot
Yeah.
of points.
13. That was a good pick by them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Burrow. What is it? Threw 3 interceptions back to back.
Really?
Yeah.
That's gotta suck. Who they play? They played the Bears, didn't they?
I think it was the. I don't know.
No,
Who
it
did
was
they
the
play?
Bears.
Who?
The Bengals. Who'd the Bengals play?
Yeah, they played the Bears.
It was the Bears.
Mhm.
The Bears won. I'm assuming. With those 3
yes.
picks?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So usually their defense doesn't really show out like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really the defensive that played that
Right.
good. It was mainly just simple mistakes by Burrow.
Yeah, I think that. Well, his line sort of plays a part in that too.
Yeah. His line isn't
Yeah.
that good.
That's the same exact situation with Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Saquon,
He's
a lot of talent, big guy, super
Right.
fast,
Mhm.
shifty. You
Yeah.
get him behind a good line,
right.
look out.
Get him to the Colts or
Yeah.
anyone just with even a decent line, he can do good.
Yeah.
It's just the Giants line is horrendous.
The only problem with trading Saquon is that he hasn't really been doing good in his massive contract.
Right.
You're trying to find someone that you can trade
Mhm.
for. Like,
But
if
also-
you even get him to the Colts with
Mhm.
with trying to find a trade without getting Jonathan Taylor,
Right.
that is actually like way harder than it sounds.
I know. That'd be tough, but if they did work that out, that would be amazing.
I don't know. The Colts wouldn't want to do that. The only
Right.
thing they need is the quarterback.
Right.
mean-
Who is their quarterback?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I
Did
mean,
he get hurt
No,
again?
he's out. He's out for like another week.
Yeah, I heard he got hurt. What
I
did he
don't
do?
know. I don't know.
I bet he like did something to his leg. I bet.
Yeah, he had that ACL
Oh
a few
yeah.
years back.
Hmm.
He hasn't been the same since. He had an
Mm-mm.
MVP-like season
He
before he got
hasn't.
hurt.
Yeah. They were like deep in the playoffs, weren't they, when that happened?
No, that was like 2 weeks before the playoffs. 'Cause remember Nick Foles?
Yeah, because
Mhm.
then he had to come in and they did that. Yeah, I remember that.
How's Mac Jones been doing at the Patriots? I haven't really been watching any
He's
of
been
those
doing
games.
okay.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
kind of playing the system quarterback role, you know.
Yeah. I haven't, cause didn't they cut Cam Newton behind him?
Yeah, they
He's
released him.
gone.
Yeah. You know where he went?
No one
Has he
signed him
picked-
yet.
Yeah,
No.
he's a free agent.
Man, that's gotta stink having a rookie come and take your spot and you just get
Yeah. I mean,
Cut.
last year things didn't really work out.
right.
Well, you know, they said Mac Jones was having to teach Cam Newton the
Really?
playbook. Yeah.
Really.
hmm
Feel like Cam Newton. I don't think he's gonna sign with anyone.
No. When he was good,
When he was like that
It-
2016 year, I think it was
15,
Yeah.
I think.
2015,
15,
2016.
Yeah.
It was because of his athleticism. He's not a
Right.
great thrower.
He was basically the Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson.
But a little bigger and
Yeah.
a little,
like
a little
his
slower.
running athleticism made up for his lack of throwing.
Right.
Yeah.
But he can still
Now
give a
his
decent ball.
athleticism's not all there.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
He could still give a decent ball when he was in his prime, but not the best.
Mhm.
Not like the normal quarterback should.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what killed them in the Super Bowl. All against the Broncos.
Yeah.
What killed him in the Super Bowl was the Broncos defense.
Right.
Yeah.
And they
Von Miller.
blitzed and they couldn't pick that up.
They couldn't pick it up. Von Miller, I think he had 2 forced fumbles. He had a couple sacks too.
Yeah, didn't he get a Super Bowl MVP?
He did. Him and Peyton Manning did really good too that game.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game.
That was a good team. The
That
Broncos.
was.
Mhm. That was a pretty good team.
Their defense took them all the way. I think that's what. The
No,
Peyton
it was
Manning though.
definitely defense.
Who did they have it on offense at all?
Peyton
had-
Manning.
Really? Just Peyton Manning.
They had Demarius Thomas and
Oh,
Julius
yeah.
Thomas
Oh yeah.
and Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
remember those 3. They're all traded now. I think one of them's on the Saints.
Yeah, Emmanuel
Sanders.
Sanders on the Saints.
Yeah.
Julius Thomas is out of the league.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was on the Jaguars last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
And he moved to tight end from receiver.
really.
Yeah.
No, he was a tight end. Julius Thomas was a tight end.
He was? I thought he was receiver for the Broncos.
Demarius
Yes,
Thomas was a wide
Demarius
receiver.
Thomas was.
Mm.
And then the 49ers, how they've been. Because they got Nick Bosa back,
Mm-hmm.
George Kittle back. They got quite a few players back from injury.
Mhm.
But they play the Packers this week, don't they?
They do.
Yeah. How do you think that's gonna go?
Well, I got the Packers taking this one.
Yeah.
Probably a little biased, but
Yeah, if you had to be unbiased, who are you taking?
I'll probably still have to take the Packers.
Yeah.
Rodgers is firing on all cylinders right now,
Yeah.
and the only thing I'd worry me is the Packers defense.
The defense, yeah. How's Jair Alexander doing? Because usually he's that captain.
He's pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just throw it to everyone who's not.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And Zadarius Smith's out for a long time with the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
He helped a lot on the D line.
Mm-hmm. Debo Samuel did really good the first week, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been doing good like all year
Yeah.
so far.
He's pretty good. But he was a rookie last year, wasn't he?
I think it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. He's pretty young, though, still. He's 20, low 20s.
Yeah.
But he's still good.
Mhm.
I think that the 49ers, who's all in that division?
The Niners, the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I think that they'll probably get last. Just because that division's really good this year.
It
Yeah,
is.
so
That
far.
whole division.
I got the Seahawks taking last in that one though.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The O line.
They aren't looking too hot this year.
Listen, that O line's bad,
Right.
real bad. And you gotta
Tyler-
protect Russell Wilson.
Right. Tyler Lockett did pretty good. He did really good. What, last week? Or was it the first week?
I think both weeks.
He did. He's
He's been good.
he's pretty consistent. He usually puts up pretty good numbers.
DK Metcalf's been pretty quiet though.
He
Yeah,
has
he hasn't
been.
really done that much. He's been like the last guy kind of to throw to.
Yeah, just that last option. I think that the Seahawks. I think that they're second to last. I think that the who we were just talking about.
The Niners.
I think the Niners will get last. Just because they got, do they still have Jimmy Garoppolo
Yeah, they
as
got
their
Jimmy G
quarterback?
going.
Him and Trey Lance are trading spots like
Really?
every other drive, like the
Yeah, like the
Mhm.
Packers.
the Bears were doing with Justin Fields and Andy Dalton.
All right. I think that that takes me back to the Cardinals in the same division. I think they're gonna get the Super Bowl. I think they'll win. If they stay how they are now, I think they'll win.
I could see it.
Because I don't think anyone's gonna stop that defense.
Are the Cardinals NFC?
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to see the Cardinals and Bills. I think that would be a good,
That'd be a pretty good game.
pretty good
The
Super Bowl.
Josh Allen hasn't been putting up too much.
No, he's been kind of quiet.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
First week, I think he got me like 16 points. He hasn't done the best.
No.
He's doing like he's being an average quarterback so far, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't get used to it. Someone
Right.
with his
Yeah.
size and ability
Right.
should definitely.
I think
Right, his
that
average
once he gets hot, he's not gonna stop.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna stop him. Well, they didn't really start off too hot with the Steelers. Their defense kind of shut them down.
Yeah.
They
Well,
did.
Steelers defense is like number one in
Really?
like the league.
Who do they have? Does
On the
T.J.
defense,
Watt.
Yeah, T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt?
Devin Bush.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cam Hayward.
Cameron Hayward. He's pretty old, isn't he?
He's been in the league for a while.
Yeah. Because he was with Jameson Harrison, wasn't he?
James Harrison, yeah.
James Harrison. He was a beast. James Harrison was a beast.
Yeah.
Have you seen his workout videos?
Yeah.
He's huge.
He always wore those gray sweatpants and sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That are drenched in sweat.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, he's pushing like probably 300-400 pounds on a sled.
Yeah.
So he probably should be sweating that much.
Hmm.
Yeah, it would make sense.
On his leg press, too, he's got like 8 plates on both sides. He's insane.
Hmm.
How did he do in the league? He did pretty good. He was an average.
He won 2 championships with the Steelers, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
They beat the Cardinals and the Seahawks.
Really? What year did they beat the Seahawks?
Oh, the 07, I believe.
Oh, that's probably why. I remember that Cardinals game. The Cardinals and Steelers. That was a really good game.
Hmm.
Usually most Super Bowl games are pretty good. Like, unless it's like even the Atlanta Patriots.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
That
a
was
good
good.
one.
I mean, I wasn't rooting for the Patriots, but still to see them come back was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Hmm.
That Seahawks game. Seahawks Patriots, that was a really good game. All the way to the end.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I still don't understand why they would try and throw that ball.
Exactly.
Just give it to Marshawn Lynch.
That catch, it was, I don't know who it was, who made that insane catch to get him down to like the 5-yard line. You remember that? Like the bobble catch?
I think it was Curse. Can't remember what his first name was.
Yeah.
Last name was Curse.
Jermaine Kearse?
I think so.
I think so. That was an amazing catch. That sort of changed the tides of the game.
Hmm.
The only Super Bowl I would say I'm disappointed in is the 49ers. Who they go against?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
That was like 2 years ago.
That was
Yeah.
that was kind of a blowout, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was
No,
Well, it was like
it
how
was
much?
like 13-3,
Really?
like all the way up until the third quarter. It was low scoring, and the Chiefs blew up in the fourth to
Yeah.
take the win.
yeah. And what was the final score?
I know, but the Chiefs
Wasn't it
scored
like 28 to
13.
13? Yeah, that sounds about right.
They scored like 3 unanswered touchdowns.
Really?
Yeah.
Who do you think are the 2 Super Bowl contenders this year?
I'd say the Rams. I'm a big believer in the Rams this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stafford should have a good year.
Right. Since he actually has some people to throw to this year.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have a sucky O line,
Right.
so you can actually have time to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably say the Browns.
Right. I think the Browns will do really good this year.
Hmm.
If they get Baker Mayfield back, they'll be fine.
Hmm. I agree.
They just need to. They just need to like stay, not get blown out by a bunch of teams, not lose a bunch of games. Just play like an average team until Mayfield gets back, and they can start exploding up.
What division got good defenses besides the Bengals?
Yeah.
Right.
You got the Steelers and the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens defense is like okay.
It's okay.
It's above average, but it's like not the best.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
Who has the worst defense in the league? Is it Jets?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably the Jets or the Bengals.
Mm-hmm. Because Bengals, they don't really have anybody on defense.
No.
No big names. They have on offense though. They have quite a few threats. They just got to get Joe Burrow to settle in and give him a good ball. Because they got T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. They have one more, Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Jamar Chase has been doing good, especially for his rookie year.
Yeah, he had his first touchdown week 1, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a bomb too, like 50
Yeah.
yards.
His first game was like 108 yards for
Yeah.
a touchdown, like 5 receptions.
He did good.
And people were trolling him online because he looked horrible in the preseason
Yeah.
with all them drops. Turned
Oh.
around.
Yeah,
Sure.
he did. That's what some teams do pretty good about. They don't really do too hot in the preseason. Then once the normal season comes, they just light up.
Yeah, preseason doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but everyone will like watch them, just like all make fun of them.
Mhm.
But as soon as they get into post or normal season, then it's just they explode up.
And the Giants haven't looked too bad though. They were in that fight on
In preseason,
no, this year, like regular season.
yeah.
I think it was Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, against Washington.
Hmm
Right.
Looked pretty good.
They did. That was a good game, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Giants had him beat, but one of their defensive line was offside in the kick, and the guy
Really?
missed.
Yeah.
And they lined it up again. He made it.
Nice. I think that Cowboys Buccaneers game, the very first game of the
That's probably one of the best games yet.
yeah, that was one of the best games that we've had.
Hmm And the Cowboys really choked that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how many
Their
field
kicker,
goals?
mainly their kicker,
Yeah.
kind of didn't too good.
They missed quite a few field goals.
He
Didn't
missed
they?
like 4.
Yeah, that would have just won the game for them. And that would have like completely turned the tides of the rest of the season.
Like,
I think it's
Gronk had
the-
like 3 touchdowns that game, didn't
Yeah. He got me almost 30 points. He did really good.
Yeah.
I think that who else is doing really hot? Cooper Kupp's doing really good.
he?
And
Hmm
like he's
I've had
like,
him on my bench the past 2 weeks.
really.
Yeah.
He came out of like nowhere. Like he was not
He was
really
like an average kind of receiver, and then
right.
just came out and started doing really good.
Yeah, but just like getting a bunch of catches or something.
He's a real good speed guy. He's pretty small.
Yeah. He's like Tyreek Hill, but not as fast. He's got more of agility.
Yeah.
But like unlike Tyreek Hill can just outrun. That's what is really good about the Chiefs. They can just have Tyreek Hill run deep, and if they run man, that's almost a touchdown every time if Patrick Mahomes can get him there. And if they're zone, that'll leave quite a few open spots for
It's
other
hard
players.
to cover the Chiefs. They got Hill
Right.
and Kelsey.
Yeah,
And
and
Mecole
Sammy
Hardman.
Watkins in case
The
Whatever
Sammy Watkins
happens.
gone.
he is.
He's
Where do
in
you go?
Baltimore.
Hardman,
Baltimore.
McCole Hardman.
Mhm.
He's pretty good. He's doing pretty good this year, isn't he? I haven't really been watching him at all.
Sammy Watkins?
Miracle Hardman. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's been average, hasn't he? Just being a normal receiver.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to get
Yeah,
stats up when you also got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelsey to share the ball with.
that's
Yeah.
true. That is true. That's just how the Chiefs roll, though. That's how they win games. They just spread the ball out.
Yeah.
Who do they have at running back?
They have
Because they're mainly just a pass-heavy kind of
Le'Veon
team.
Bell.
No, Le'Veon Bell's
He retired.
no, he's with the Ravens.
Really?
Yeah.
They have the
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's decent, isn't he?
He was real. He got hurt last year.
Yeah.
A high draft pick, first round.
Mm-hmm.
He got a lot of potential, but
Yeah, I think if they get like a running back with him this year, like he doesn't have to be a superstar, just an average running back, they would be even better because then they gotta cover the run and pass.
Mhm.
Because their O-line was pretty good all the way into the Super Bowl. Then that just kind of screwed it all up.
I think the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl. It's not because of what Mahomes, the leader of the offense, it was mainly what he was doing with the ball, and then the receivers like dropping the ball is what sold. I think.
Yes.
I don't think it was that. I just think the Bucks defense shut him down.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Mahomes is making all these great plays, and so it's
Right.
like the dot of the year, and it's
Mhm.
just right in the hands, and then you just drop it, easy
Right.
touchdown.
I still think it was mainly the Bucks defense. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes made some crazy plays in that game.
Mm-hmm. He did.
And that'll wrap up our Newland in 30-minute podcast. Thank you for tuning in.